Hi everyone, my name is Lakeisha. I'm coming to you today with a video on my thoughts of Uber. I started Uber about a couple months ago just to bring in some extra income. And when I started, I went to the Uber company or whatever, and I received this folder, and it had these booklets in it. Okay. And then it had the Uber stickers. It was two of them. They give you two, one for the front and one for the back. So my overall thoughts on Uber is, I'm in Michigan, so it's pretty decent. You got to get out there. You got to know what times to get out there and what days that it's going to be popping out there, because you could get out there one day and not make hardly no money at all. Well, my experience, I have not had, since I've been driving for Uber, I have not had any disrespectful customers, any rude customers, any throw up spills in my car, no cancellations or anything like that. So my ride's been kind of easy and simple. My first day starting with Uber, I did get up at about 5 o'clock. Actually, I got up at 4. I feel like that was a good time to get up, because I felt like people had to go to work, so I was going to get enough rides. I did only do 2 rides because I was really tired, so I thought that 2 rides would be enough. So I cut it off with 2 rides because it took me about 15 minutes to get to each ride. So I was like, okay, 15 minutes to each ride, and then it took about 15 minutes to take them to wherever they was going. I made about $25 off them 2 rides, and I decided to just call it quits. And I went home and I was like, okay, I'll start all over the next day. So I didn't do any more rides that same day. I got up the next day, and I got up at 9 o'clock, and I did some rides. I only got 1 ride that day, actually. It was so dead that day. I don't know if it's because the area I was in, but it was so dead. It was so dead. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to make no money today. So I did make about $10. I put it in my tank. I only did about 1 or 2 rides. Which was fine, and I figured that I just need to get up at 4 o'clock because that was the best idea to make money is at 4 o'clock to drop people off at work. So the next day I got up at 4 o'clock again. I made about $60 that morning. I stayed out for about 3 hours. I stayed about 3 hours, and I dropped a lot of people off at work. My experience that day was beautiful. I felt like I did a better job than I did the last 2 days. So I didn't do any more rides that day. And then the next day I got up again at 4 o'clock, and I did a couple more rides, and I made a decent amount of money. I think I made about $45, which was decent. The only thing that I hate is that I have a truck. So me driving to a customer that's 15 minutes away, my truck run on gas. It eats gas up. So it is crazy with gas with my truck. Now, if you got a car, I'm sure it's not that bad because it probably don't eat up gas like my truck do. But that's the only thing that I don't like, is that I have a truck. So gas get ate up really, really fast. So basically at the end of the day, my tank is almost on E every day. If I drive more than about 5 rides, my tank is on E, almost on E. So I got to fill my tank up with the money I just made, which is taken out of the money that I just made. So it's lower now. So that's the only thing, is that the gas. And if you doing rush hour, oh my gosh, you stuck in traffic, all your gas is going out. And you still probably only getting paid about $10 for that ride. But that's the only thing, is the gas. Other than that, everything is easy. I have never had any disrespectful customers in my car, or any throw up scenes in my car, or anything like that. I haven't had no bad experience yet. But I don't drive at night, so I guess that's why I haven't had that experience yet with drunk drivers or drunk passengers or anything like that, because I don't drive at night. I just drive early in the morning, and I haven't drove on Saturdays or Sundays yet. I usually just do Monday through Friday. Because I have another job that I work. I just picked up Uber because I wanted to try to see if it's worth the side hustle if I'm gonna be able to bring in another income in my house doing driving. And it is, overall, it is a good second income for your house, but the only thing is the gas. You gotta understand that the gas is gonna burn out real fast, because you might have to go pick up somebody that's 20 minutes away and that only want to go about 5 minutes from where you picked them up at. So it can get a little cheap, where you can make $5 each ride, or $2 each ride, or $3 each ride. I mean, I never made $2 a ride, but I know that it's possible that I could. Yeah, so I never had any bad experience yet. I hope I don't. But for the most part, Uber is a nice little side hustle if you're looking to, make some extra money by driving. Or you can turn it into a full-time position where you could drive like a regular job, a full-time job. You out there all day driving. That ain't for me. I can't drive all day. But for most people, I'm sure that they decided to drive Uber full-time, and they probably spend all their days, Monday through Sunday, driving, making money. And I'm sure they probably make a lot of money doing it, because you can make a lot of money. I am in Michigan, so I don't say it's not that easy to make a lot of money, but I'm sure if you out there long enough, you could make a lot of money. But it all about the times that you out there in the areas that you in. Yeah, so for the most part, my experience is very good. I don't have anything negative to say about Uber. They're very helpful. If you need any help, they will help you. As I said, I don't know if I said this already, but they do pay you instantly. So as soon as you make that money, you can instantly send it to your debit card so you can spend it. Or you can save up the whole week and then get paid after work for a week. It's up to you how you want to do it. But they give you a lot of options. Them 2 options, which is pretty simple. Like, if you don't want to touch your money for a whole week, you don't have to. You just let it add up, and then when that week is up, or whatever day you choose, you want to cash your money onto your debit card so you can spend it, cool. And if you need gas that day, you can easily just send your money to your debit card that day to put gas in your car. If you don't have a side job and this is the only job you have, that's an option as well. And it's a good hustle if you have a vehicle and you just want to drive on the side. And if you don't have a vehicle, they also have a car rental place. Well, it's a car rental place called Maven Gigs. It's an app that you have to download and reserve a car. I'm not gonna say they pricey, because I feel like all rental places are at a decent amount, because you're not gonna get no cheap car, especially because they provide the insurance, they provide the maintenance on the car, so you just you don't have to worry about anything. So I feel like it's a reasonable price. I think they cars run from about $220 and up. So it's a decent amount of money. I feel like you ain't gonna rent no car from no rental place for a cheap price, so that's not gonna happen. So yeah, and that's another option for people that don't have a vehicle, that want to do Uber and don't have a vehicle. Maven Gigs is a great rental company. In my state, they rarely have any cars available, but yeah, they pretty decent rental company that you could go through if you want to drive for Uber or any other company. I feel like I will recommend them, because they are very good, and they very lenient towards your payments, and just they're very good at understanding and things like that. And I really like that company, and I will, if I needed to rent a car again, I will go to them, because they're very reliable. And like I said, any maintenance, anything that happened, flat tire, anything, all you got to do is press the OnStar button that's in the vehicle, and they will come help you as soon as they can. Pretty simple, pretty easy. But back to Uber. Uber is a decent second job or only job, but if that's your only job, you need to be out there all day. Well, not all day, but it needs to be like a 9 to 5. You need to be clocking in them hours so you can clock in that money. But other than that, like I said, my experience was very well. I had no bad experience as of yet, and I hope I don't. I don't do it as much. I just do it when I really need to. I'm a single mom, so I was just trying to bring in an extra income in my household. Raising 3 kids, sometimes it's needed to bring in another income. But as I said, I have not, I don't have any bad negative things to say about Uber. It is what it is. It's a simple way to make money. The app is easy to learn. They set you up pretty simple, pretty easy, pretty fast, so you can get out there on the road and start making your money. So if you were thinking about doing Uber, go for it. Just don't expect on the first day for you to make a killing amount of money, because that's not going to happen. You got to learn the areas. You got to learn the times to be out there. So if you don't make a lot of money the first day, don't give up, because it took me a couple days to make a good amount of money, and I still haven't really made a good amount of money because I really don't be out there as much as I should.